Hip-hop.
Anonymous.
Saturdays.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sapo Saturdays. This is ASAP Froggy.
Bingus Frog here. Doc Froggle Day is not here with us this weekend because it is his dirty 30. He's out there celebrating, having the time of his life. So we want to wish him the best out in the ether. But today we have two very awesome guests with us. We have Damnboy and we have Keetah. And this is going to be a great show. You're going to hear a lot of cool things. I just want to start by going ahead and doxing ASAP over here because, ASAP, his name is Dave. And back in the day, I used to say when we would work together at all these random events and he was just kind of doing his own thing and not working, that he was a very cavalier guy. And I used to call him Daveland Cavalier. And it's that exact attitude that leads to having guests like this today. Because Dave here, ASAP, was working an event for Bored and Hungry, this restaurant that's opening up because one of the Bored Ape holders owns the IP to his Bored Ape NFT, which is amazing. That means that he can do whatever he wants with that. Decided to open up a restaurant. They sell T-shirts. They sell food. And ASAP here was filming for that event, and he's also mingling because that's what he does. And so because he's that guy, he meets Damnboy. And why don't you go ahead and, if you want to say anything further, ASAP, before we bring Damnboy on.
I just want to say it was like immediate. Pretty much as soon as he was done performing, I ran up behind him and tapped him on the shoulder. I was like, yo, what's up, man? I was like, yeah, first of all, that was awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I told you about our podcast and told you we had to have you on.
Yes, sir.
And then actually you were supposed to, you guys aren't from here, correct?
Yeah, well, I'm from Hawaii.
I'm from the Midwest originally, but we're both in the Atlanta area now.
And so you were like, yeah, man, I'll hit you up when I'm back in town.
Yeah.
And then we were randomly DMing again, and you stayed longer than you were supposed to.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
That means that
it's our whole trip.
Yeah.
Just stay longer.
So it's actually quite a pleasure to have you on right now.
Thank you.
And I'm glad it worked out much sooner than we anticipated.
I know.
Why'd you wind up staying longer? Was that just you were having a good time, or?
I got a sinus infection.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll ground you.
I guess you shake too many hands in LA and you end up with. I'm glad it wasn't COVID. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
For sure.
Yeah. And I'm fine now.
Okay, good. Yeah, no, I'm glad you told us that after
you've arrived and we've all
surprisingly, I always get sick, and this trip I've never got sick.
Ooh, knock on wood. Knock on wood.
I have vitamins if you guys want vitamins. I got
That
vitamin
sounds fire.
C, got all sorts of stuff.
Pop it before the podcast.
Yeah. We might have to take a break, and I'll take vitamins here in a minute.
Vitamin break.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean to scare everybody.
I'm just kidding.
No,
all the guests, you go take your vitamin break as well if you haven't taken your vitamins today.
So you said you're from Hawaii originally. Is that where you started, playing music and things like that, or was it later on?
I started playing guitar. Actually, I lived in Georgia when I was younger for 2 years, and that's when I started playing guitar.
Okay.
But yeah, mostly in Hawaii. I've been on and off Hawaii and LA since 2015.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice. And are you self-taught, or did you take
Self-taught.
lessons?
Well, I took lessons for 2 days, and the teacher's like, I don't know what to teach you. So I'm like, okay.
That's a terrible teacher.
Funny?
Just so defeatist.
Yeah. I remember in college there was guitar class. So he was like, oh, play me something. And I played this crazy chord. He's like, yeah, you're in guitar 2 instead of guitar 1. I bet you don't really learn anything in college, that guitar stuff. It was community college. It wasn't Berkeley or anything. So
Got you. Okay. And then when did you decide that you wanted to pursue music as a career?
So I've moved around a lot growing up. And so, when you move around a lot, you don't have friends. So it was either anime, video games, and music. And so, yeah, I listened to a lot of music. And because of guitar, I started listening to, everything, every genre, Brazilian music, whatever,
And who would you say were some of your influences that kind of got you going?
Guitar? Well, my favorite band is The Cure.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
So that's how I started learning. I was learning all the songs, chords, and stuff.
Hey, I'm big on 80s music, so that's
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't really see them as an 80s band. It's odd because, like, I mean, they are, but they still play music. Like, they're releasing a double album this year.
For sure.
But I mean, yeah, they had a lot of like influence on like goth and but I don't know. It's not really like fully 80s. They're like their own thing to me.
For sure. And then, so what's your process with music? Do you start with lyrics? Do you start with the music itself?
Yeah, mostly melody. Sometimes I'll make a beat, but I never really. Sometimes I come with lyrics-ish, but it's
what's really funny?
music.
Because I was about to say, when you were talking about what your influences, but I was like, man, I was really drawn to your melodies.
Yeah.
Like right off the bat. And that's why I wanted to come up to you and be like, yo, man, your melodies were super dope. Like your hooks were super dope.
Thank you.
Like,
I mean, if you listen to music that you don't understand the language, like it's the melody and the music, I mean, Keetah's probably different. Her lyrics are more detailed and like better than mine, but melody to me is king. Because if you can hum it, you know what I mean? Yeah.
And I was going to ask you about that. Is that something? Are you the type of person that you'll think of some melody and then you'll record it on your phone and you're constantly humming things into your phone?
Sometimes, but if there's a beat or anything, I'll just sing.
It's been exactly a week. I can still hum one of the melodies from your
really?
song.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
I have horrible memory.
When it's good like that, it just gets stuck in your head.
Yeah, that's true.
And like, that's why I fucking came up to you, man. It was like, it's still in my head, and it should be in a lot more people's head. And welcome to Sapo Studios, man.
Thank you.
So, do you like jamming with other artists, or are you?
I do. I like collabing.
More of a solo guy.
I mean, I used to be in a bunch of bands, like reggae bands, rock bands, and stuff. That's how I got my start. But as far as being in a group, that's just a lot of people. It's a lot of headache. I love jamming. I mean, that's how I got better and came up in Hawaii. But I don't know. It depends. Like, if I'm collabing with an artist now, I need to like their music, and it needs to make sense and stuff. Yeah,
for sure. Do you like talk to them and feel them out before you even start playing music? Like vetting the person.
Sometimes.
I'm going to decide right now if I'm going to play music with you, but let's talk first.
Because also, just because you make something doesn't mean it's coming out. Because who knows what they're doing, and yeah.
But what I want to talk about next, after we hear a song, is how you met Andy Wynn.
Oh, okay. So I did.
But we should listen to a song first.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll be back. Which song do you want people to hear first?
What did I put in there? Maybe Everything You Said Was a Lie?
Awesome.
Is that in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do that.
I don't wanna wait for your love and ain't no other way. And I can feel it, you moved on. I'm driving through a lonely night. Baby, for a day, I could really change. Although we knew what you wanted, now you're gone, and I'm looking for my demon time. I don't want you, but I just need you, and I just need you to want me. It's all the words, they can never change. Held them to my chest, you left me on the blame. Only words, everything you said was lies. All the words left me incomplete. Looked into my eyes and whispered in my sleep. Only words, and everything you said was lies. I don't wanna wait for your loving. Although I almost believed it when you came back the second time around. I don't wanna wait, no, I don't wanna wait. Time has run away with your love and feeling. Ain't no other way, I'll be alone tonight. I don't want you, but I just need you, and I just wish you would have told me that you wouldn't be around. 'Cause everything you said
Wow. That was awesome.
Thanks, man.
Man,
Thank you.
more great melodies. More
Thank
fucking
you.
great melodies.
Yeah, good shit.
Thank you.
Okay, do you produce all of your own music?
So most of it. So that one actually, so funny story. Me and my friend Chando, we like produced it together, and we pitched it to EXO, K-pop group.
Interesting.
And then, sometimes things take a while to like, if they want it or not. But like, I was like, nah, I want it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
See, that's awesome, man. It's just like, I feel like it's better when you want your own shit, like, instead of giving it away.
Yeah,
And,
because
again,
like,
that's
like when I do K-pop with him, it's usually like, there's a lead and, but the lead was very close to what I'm doing. It's like dark pop, whatever. So, yeah, I ended up just using it.
yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I do love about this show is that it's just going to expand like the music that I'm listening to, because that song I know I'm just going to be playing that over and over again.
It's
now.
great, man.
Out on
It's
Spotify
great.
now.
Yeah, hell yeah. No, that
Awesome.
was a lot of fun. We're definitely going to be dropping your Spotify in the channel.
Thank you.
Yeah,
but yeah,
absolutely.
you want to?
Yeah. So, how did you meet Andy Wynn? For people
Oh.
that don't know who Andy Wynn is, he's a restaurateur.
Yeah,
And
so I physically just met him like 3 weeks ago, but I did an online show for Sessions, and they did like this collaboration with like Asian companies and stuff. And so one of the stages was Vietnamese, and I'm Vietnamese and French.
Oh, cool.
So it was like VQ stage, and it was one of the headliners. And so the guy who threw it, Johnny, he knew Andy, and just posting on his Instagram, and so him and Andy are friends and stuff. So Andy hit me up like long time ago, and then I was like, oh, I'm coming to LA. He was like, oh, let me know, we go eat. So basically, 3 weeks ago we had dinner. We had dinner twice. Literally ate out this one spot, and there's like this Japanese barbecue thing on the other side. And then Andy's partner Sherm was like, "Oh, that's his favorite restaurant." So we went to eat there. I'm like, "Dude,
We're going to 2 restaurants.
I'm not complaining,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean that's basically it."
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And just to clarify, Andy is the one who started Bored and Hungry.
he's a partner. Yes.
He's one of the partners.
Yeah.
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 yeah. Which
Awesome.
Is,
I don't mean to butt in,
Oh,
but
no,
like
please.
Edward cooks really well. So I think it was like Andy probably saw him and was like, this Vietnamese guy is really, his music's dope. And I'm Vietnamese, isn't he? And then he's also like you went to school for that. He worked for an Iron Chef when he was younger.
Oh wow.
So I think it was probably like so much in common. Like,
Right.
That's awesome.
yeah.
So
So, I,
not-
had to butt in just
Not-
to say
you
that.
Just doxing him more. So not only do you have great melodies, you have great taste buds. Yeah.
My palate is amazing. My
Oh,
ears
man.
and my tongue.
And my fiance and I just are binging Top Chef right now.
Oh,
Just
really?
going through the
Dude,
seasons.
so
They're
they-
on Hulu, and it's so good.
Anytime I'm on YouTube and I see Gordon Ramsay something, I click it because
Yeah.
it's entertaining.
a
as
lot,
hell.
yeah. Whenever we're not watching that, she's watching some
Yeah.
other Gordon Ramsay
Just
show.
hear him yelling at people.
It's the best. Yeah,
so funny. So funny. There's also that chocolate show where they make everything out of chocolate.
Oh wow.
Oh, you're talking about the cake show, right?
Oh, the cake show. Yes.
yeah. Where is this a cake?
No, not
No.
There's
That one's
but then-
cool
but then
too, though.
There's like
That's wild.
Some
I
some
can never
other-
tell.
It's so good. I'm gonna find out what it is.
What a weird thing for like to become like a widespread phenomenon.
So
like
popular.
let's make things into cake and see if you can figure it out. Like
There's
okay,
that one,
where
and
did
there's the
that
mini food now, like where things are super small,
Oh,
everything
yeah.
is small. Have you
like
seen it?
Well, they
miniatures.
cook it in a mini kitchen. Like, have you seen it?
I have,
It's
yeah.
crazy.
What, like they only use easy bake ovens? Like,
No,
it's
like
smaller
this.
than that.
stop.
Smaller.
I swear.
Yeah.
Oh wow, like 2 inches by 2 inches.
Yes,
we're talking,
it pans
wow.
actual like fire. They're making like mini bread in a mini oven.
Oh, this sounds like something I gotta watch. Where can I find
People got
this?
really bored, I guess. Like,
Is this on Netflix?
honestly,
It
that
should
would be a show. That would be a show that would be like in the top 10.
I would watch
easy.
that. Yeah,
I think there's a cooking show like that now.
I'm
That's insane.
gonna be looking that up on YouTube after this mini cooking
Or like TikTok.
something.
Yeah.
Oh, TikTok.
So Keetah, how did you get into music?
How did I get into music? So I was performing at a really young age. It starts in church, but I started performing in front of very large crowds because my grandfather is a former congressman. So I was like the cute kid that would sing at all the rallies. At the time, he was endorsed by Bush, so it was like state like.
How old were you during this time?
Oh God, I was probably like 7 or 8.
Oh wow.
Had a whole little
8-year-old face of the propaganda machine.
Oh
my
no,
God!
I'm
just kidding.
My mom listens to this. I'm sorry, Mom. So I had like the whole getup, like little, patriotic tutu and cowgirl boots that were American flag. So that's why I started.
Oh, your home videos must be awesome.
Yeah, and I come from a really musical family. So like, my mom was classically trained vocalist and violinist, and so she went to a performing arts high school with Nicole Scherzinger, and then my dad's he was a punk rocker, so it was like two totally different ends of the spectrum.
Opposites attract.
So I think when you come from creatives that are just in it, you're kind of destined to be thrown into the machine at some point. So, but
and what state was this where you were growing up?
So I was born in Louisville, Kentucky. Okay. And then raised in southern and then central Indiana.
Okay.
Nice. I'm from Michigan originally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I lived next to a cornfield my whole life.
I've driven through
It's a corn state.
Fields.
We got cows. We got corn. And if you like cars, we have 8500. If you like horses, you go across Ohio for the Derby. But when I really started like getting into music as a artist, I had no contemplation that LA existed in the way that it does when it comes to entertainment. I was also homeschooled my whole life.
Oh wow. Okay.
So it's just really crazy. The thought of being in the music industry was a different thought than what it actually was. I just thought people are singers. I sing. I want to be a singer. And then I realized what it actually was. So the way that I got into the industry is I did this talent showcase. They did like a cattle. It was so many nationwide talent showcase for actors, models, dancers, comedians. And if you got accepted, they would train you. You'd pay, but they would train you, and then you'd perform in front of VIPs. And when I went, all the VIPs were like, "We would sign you on the spot, but you don't have any original music." And I was like, I mean, I understood like singer-songwriter was a genre,
right?
But I had no idea that was like a requirement or something.
I thought I was just going to be the talent.
I just thought I was like the monkey, the dancing monkey or something. So I went home and my mom bought me a MacBook Pro, and I don't play an instrument. Like I can read tab, I can play an instrument, but at the time I was not as like my abilities were not up to par. Like Edward, he can pick up anything. But Imogen Heap was a huge inspiration of mine. And I was like, she can hit a pipe and record that and put it in a garage band and make it work. So that's what I'm going to do. So I just started like slapping my thighs and like humming in a mic and figuring it out. And those first 10 songs I ever wrote ended up getting me discovered by Darkchild when I was 15.
Wow.
So very long story short, as short as I can condense it. Those 10 songs somehow ended up on his desk, and I was signed to. I can remember sitting watching the Cheetah Girls. I can't make this stuff up, seriously, guys. It was like out of a movie. I was watching the Cheetah Girls, and in the film, they're talking about all the people they're going to work with in the industry, and they're naming off like Max Martin, blah blah blah, and they go Darkchild, and my home phone rings because we're in the Midwest, and it's like we still have a home phone, and it's Darkchild.
In that
exact moment.
Oh my
And I remember
God.
being like, it's fate.
Wow.
Like, this is crazy. They just said his name. And I was oblivious. Like, I didn't know producers were a thing.
At this time?
I was 15. Yeah, so he flew me and my family out to LA, and I was signed to Capitol. They threw me on tour with Sam Smith. That was my first show I ever performed of my own music. It was crazy.
Unbelievable.
That's awesome.
And then I had my choice of publishing, so I went with Sony. And yeah, I was at Capitol for 9 months. It was a venture label under Capitol that he had. I think I was like one of 5 artists. It was like Evan Ross, Diana Ross's son, me, this girl Sarah, who was viral at the time, and I think a couple other ones, but it was 0 to a million, and I didn't know any of this existed prior. So I can remember going to the Capitol building and they have like the Beatles contract framed on the wall, and I was just like, wait, what? Like, what?
Where am I?
Where am I? Is this the Twilight Zone? Like, and
well, not only coming from a small town, but being homeschooled, like it's a whole like,
The
and then just
whole
thrown
thing.
into the LA thing, like that's wild.
it was insane.
Staring at
and you
the
go up to like the
Beatles
11th
contract.
floor, and the elevator doors open, and they were blasting my music on the whole floor, and I lost it.
Wow.
Oh my god.
So yeah, and then like I was trapped in that pub deal with MDRC. For those of you who are educated on different types of publishing deals, they don't do them anymore because they're the worst, and are not really applicable to how the music industry works with streaming now.
For people that don't know what that is, what is that?
I don't know what the acronym actually stands for anymore. I've just like completely shut it out of my memory, but basically it has to do with
What is it?
MDRC. So, you know, like there's CoPub, there's admin, and there's MDRC, and there might be.
Minimum delivery release commitment.
So, for example, I got my signing bonus, right? And that was X amount of dollars, which is just a really crappy loan with high interest, and they take your creative control, basically. And if they would have signed off on the music just being released, I had to release the equivalent of 100% points. And when you're doing collaborative efforts, it's never 100%. So it would be, you know, it's not an actual, like, here's, like, you need to release 5 songs. It has to go down to the points of the songs. It's really hard to, it's so hard to explain because it's so messed up.
So when you're saying the points, it's like your ownership over that part of the song?
Right. So if I were to like produce, mix, master, engineer, write like a whole song, you know, then that would be considered 100%. But since that's a rarity, especially when you can collaborate so easily with people, you know, it's harder to get 100% basically is what I'm saying. If they would have released my music, you know, I would have gotten tiers to more bonuses. It had nothing to do with recoupment. Like, but then you're trapped in still needing to recoup that money. It's for when you actually sell physical records, which doesn't happen anymore.
Right.
They literally will not sign an MDR. I don't think Sony had signed an MDRC deal in a decade, like until me. So, long story short, and a shitty way of explaining it, it's not a fun experience, and it traps you, and it's completely based around me as an artist. So none of the songs that I was getting released with other creatives' projects as a songwriter applied to my recoupment at all.
That's
so
terrible.
And there's no timeline, there's no nothing. So you're in it indefinitely.
Okay, so a couple of things I want to highlight. First, I want to backtrack to definitely not the most important part of the story, but just you talk about that, like, literally you weren't, you know, proficient in music, so you started slapping on your thighs and you were recording that. And the reason I want to highlight that is because our very first podcast show, I said to the audience, like, you know, come on, guys, just participate. Whatever you got. You could literally just do this. And I started slapping on my face and making this sound, and we recorded it. And that became the base of the track that we were starting and building on. And it really just goes to show, I mean, you've gotten a lot further in music than I have. I wasn't pursuing it as a career, as a face slapper.
Shout out to Bugs, because he definitely had been an advocate for that as well.
Yes,
and,
Bugs, who is celebrating Passover right now. Happy Passover out there, Bugs.
Yeah, he's one
eat
of
some
the
matzah for me.
developers
Oh my
of
goodness.
Frogland.
You know, doxing the fact that he's Jewish, but I think that's okay. You know, I'm Jewish too, so just so you guys know. Happy Passover to me as well.
Happy Passover Day.
But yeah, so I wanted to highlight that because that's amazing. You know, just having the inspiration to make music and wanting to start anywhere you could.
I was desperate.
And
I was like-
that's all it is like. And you had the Mac and you had access to what, GarageBand?
Yep. Bare minimum, guys.
Yep. And that's what we've been telling our audience. You know, if you love music and you want to do something, just get started with
Just
it. You
start.
could start with slapping yourself one way or another.
Slapping your
Pots and
Yeah.
pans,
yeah,
everybody.
pots and pans.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So I definitely wanted to highlight that for that reason. But I want to also fast forward then to what you were saying about ownership of music. And this is kind of the whole idea of what we're doing and music in the Web3 space is, you know, artists don't have the kind of ownership over their music that they should.
Right.
And it's absurd.
Yes.
I mean, you talk about all this all of these projects that you contributed to, and you weren't seeing that return on. Like that's.
Well, what's crazier is I was there at Sony Publishing for I think a total of 7 years, and after 3 years in, I was signed to the VP A&R at the time, and he retired. And I mean, this is not a uncommon story in the industry. So my A&R left, and I was left to the crickets. And I was getting placements, and I could not get a response from anyone for 3 years.
Wow.
And I was fighting to get out of it. On and off, it was about 5 years of just like back and forth, or just trying to get a response. And I finally got out of my deal under terms of whatever we landed on last July. So
Wow.
I'm free, and this is very new.
Well,
and
congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations for sure.
Thank
and
you.
welcome to Sapo Studios.
Yeah, I'm so excited for like Web3 and meeting like-minded people like yourselves, because in my experience, while it is not uncommon, what's also not uncommon is the fact that like I really feel like creatives are tired. Mm-hmm. I'm so burnt out, and I'm only 24, and I have worked my butt off since I was 15. And in my mind, as far as goals go, I feel like I have nothing to show for it, because the representation was like false advertising, mm-hmm. and the money disappeared quickly. Mm-hmm. And I was telling Edward, I was like, should I just go into real estate? Like,
Yeah.
is this...
It's a crazy time to, like, reconsider that, because I am also fucking tired.
You know?
And, like...
Should I be a dentist?
Yeah.
No. I could do it. I feel like I could do it.
I feel like you'd be a lovely dentist.
You know, they're so nice.
But I want to hear your music. Like, I think the world needs to hear.
Well,
Yeah.
let's
music,
let's play a track.
Yeah.
So this is all in Korean, guys. But Epic High is actually playing Coachella, I think today or yesterday. They're one of the like OG Korean groups, and the first one I guess you're gonna play is Rosario, and I wrote Ciel's part. She's like an icon female rapper in the space, so it was an honor to work with them just because of their history as artists.
So at about what point in the song does her part come up?
I mean, it's the hook.
Okay,
Yeah.
sick.
The
So you
beginning.
wrote the hook of the song.
Yeah, the beginning of the hook.
And so it's
Fucking
it's
dope.
in Korean.
Yes.
So do you speak Korean, or did
No.
you write it in?
You write it in English.
and then it was okay.
Yeah, you write it in English. You use keywords that they usually sing in English.
Mm-hmm.
But then they rewrite everything. It's kind of
Amazing.
nuts.
Really cool.
See, like, and I feel like that's not an easy feat either, is to like sell a track
Sure.
to K-pop. Like,
Yeah.
like I know people that have like huge followings on Instagram and like are trying to make it as musicians themselves, and they've tried to go there
Yeah.
and make tracks and sell them, and like it's not easy.
It's
it
a
doesn't
totally
happen.
different brain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's super dope.
Thank you.
I want to hear this.
Let's load it up.
다시만 남기고 떠나버린 내님
Yeah. 있을 때 잘해 없을 땐 닥치고 있을 때 잘해 진짜 그렇게 편히 쉬기를 바랬다면 fuck resting 그냥 peace만 말해 you ain't missing nobody you're missing a heart 쉽게 한 살인만큼 쉽지 않냐 뭐만 하면 죽을 죄 다들 티끌하나 나 성자가 뭐 이리 많아 짖지 마라 나를 왜 teardrop 너무 더럽지만 나는 옆을 가 깨끗한 척하긴 애쓴다 애써 깨어있으면 뭐해 눈이 죽여돼서 말대로 해 fuck on my way 어린 새끼 어때 대고 반말을 해 난 어차피 좋은 잠과 동시에 외로웠지 울 때 곁에 없었다면 웃을 때도 없길
Do what I wanna Say what I wanna 선물 없고 떠들어 대 Don't want your prayers Don't want your roses Ain't no one dying today Out of my way I am a legend and I'm here to stay Ain't going away Did it my way 밝기만 하면 다 길이 됐네 비가 내리면 I'll dance in the rain 말이만 해 Ain't no one giving up on the same
Fake my haters
This 영광을 너에게 앞으로 손수내서 줬으니 난 가톨릭 죽을 위기에 처해도 절실히 예수를 믿었었지. I slipped the con 도망치는 척 앞장서 가서 you didn't know 실패 기대 말아 난 쉬를 날아맞아 못하는 건 내게 능력밖에 이른 걸 짓고 드디어 끝나네. 건방 떨다 같아 롱 설련 도체 안 돼서 멜론을 껍질째 삼켜 혼자는 녀석들아 찍고 잡혀 내 영혼 몰라 그저 책 잡기만 실명을 거리겠지 보이는 게 다니까 난 모두에게 명품을 언박싱할 기회를 줬어 자 뜯어봐면
Out of my way, I'm a legend and I'm here to stay. Ain't going nowhere. Did it my way. 밝기만 하면 다 길이 되네. 비가 내리면 I'll dance in the rain. 말이만 해. Ain't no one giving up on what you say.
미친 개들의 울부짖음이 들려온 종일 선 넘은 도발에 넘어갈 땐 뜯겨나가 살점이 어둠 속에 숨어가 춤추는 그 양손이 말 한마디처럼 쉽게 던져준 애가 심한 남은 꽃 한 송이 격 없이 잡이 없이 뒤흔들어 반한 끄떡없지 네가 던진 돌팔 매로 계단 사벽을 넘은 내 목소린 국경선을 넘지 넌 여전히 네 눈에 먼지 더 남아나 득이 없어 안에 벌짓 평생 공을 들여 탑을 쌓아도 무너뜨릴 세상이지만 또다시 돌 하나 얹지
Do what I wanna, say what I wanna. 어서 무릎 듣고 떠들어 대. Don't want your praise, don't want your roses. Ain't no one dying today. Out of my way, I'm a legend and I'm here to stay. Ain't going nowhere. Did it my way. 밝기만 하면 다 길이 되네. 비가 내리면 I'll dance in the rain. 말이만 해. Ain't no one giving up on what you say. Out of my way.
Out of my way, I am a legend and I'm here to stay.
Did it my way.
Get in my way, 밝기만 하면 다 길이 되네. I pave the way for everyone that is paving the way.
말이만 해.
말이만 해, ain't no one giving up on what you say. Moment of silence.
Dope.
I feel like it's so random.
No, it's so good. And, you know, it's just awesome. Like, we have two amazing musicians in Sapo Studios today. It's fantastic. Really, really exciting. So tell me, you were just kind of telling me off mic. So this song kind of blew up.
Yeah, so like it kind of went viral on TikTok for a short period of time, and it was on. I have to look at my like Instagram to remember the like exact stats, you know. But you know, they had a billboard in Times Square, and it went #1 in. It was trending on Twitter in the U.S.
Yeah,
number one on
super
the.
dope. I just want to like drive around LA, just like.
Yeah, it went.
Yeah,
it went #1 in the U.S. iTunes charts in hip hop, pop, and K-pop categories. And then Rosario, that was the album, and then Rosario itself was in the top 40 of all the categories as well. So it did pretty good.
fantastic. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Very cool.
Yeah, K-pop's a really interesting experience as a creative, going from like, you know, Western mainstream music and going in, because the Asian market, it's, I don't want to say similar because people be like, it's not similar, but K-pop is a totally different creative brain. And this isn't really a good example. There's other songs that I'm sure we'll play later that's a better example of just like how the structure is and production and stuff, but you need to be aware of a lot of different genres, like, you know, jazz chords and all of that stuff. So because of my background, you know, with my mom being classically trained and my dad being in the punk rock scene and listening to everything in between, even though I am not like mathematically thinking about theory or anything like that, my brain will go to places that you just normally wouldn't go. So I think that's been a strength of mine in the K-pop space, or like, you know, Asian pop music in general.
Right. That's awesome. And then how do you, so was it through the label that you got connected with the K-pop
That was
crowd,
like
or?
the last and best thing Sony ever did for me.
Okay.
They put me, they were in LA, which is also a rarity to be in the room with these groups.
Mm-hmm.
And Tableau speaks English, and so like we really hit it off. And they were talking about, you know, me going to Korea, and then the pandemic hit, and I was just like, man, this was gonna be it.
Yeah, no, what's very cool about this also is talking about Web3 and, the access that you have to different people in the space, right? So we've met all of these really interesting people as a result of owning these frog NFTs in the Frogland universe. And there are all these frog holders from all over the world. And I was chatting with a sound technician from Belgium the other day.
So exciting.
And it's just wild. And it's really cool to hear about like different types of music from all over the world and, how that's playing into things.
Yeah, I'm sure K-pop will really take advantage of NFTs at some point.
Yeah, for sure. And then, so I'm curious, how did the two of you meet?
K-pop.
Oh, yeah. I met her through an online camp. It was like this publishing company. That's how I met the other guy that I make music with a lot, too. And she was on, so it was like 15 groups, and each group was like singer, top liner, and a producer. So it was like 30 people, but 2 per group. She was in another group, and basically we all had different leads, and we're supposed to finish a song within 2 weeks, or it was like a week and a half. I forget, right?
Yeah, like a week and a half.
Week and a half, and so basically towards the end, everybody was in a.
And it was international.
It was international. So she was
and were you signed to the same label?
No, I'm not signed to anything. Yeah, I'm independent, baby.
Independent, yeah.
But so at the end, we just all play our songs. We're in a group thing on Zoom, and then we talked a little bit on Instagram.
He asked for everyone to share where they were, and we were both in Georgia.
So you slid into her DMs.
Actually, you slid into mine.
So
let's set the story straight right now.
We were only supposed to do, I think, one song, and him and Chando did like 4, and they were all fire. And I was like, wait a minute, you're in Georgia and you did 4 songs in a week and a half, and they're all good? And I was the only one that was like by myself. Like, I didn't have a partner. I don't know why they did me dirty, but yeah. So I probably did slide into your DMs, because I live in the middle of nowhere, but he really lives in the middle of nowhere. So he lives where they film The Walking Dead. It's called Sonoya, and then I live in Ackworth. It's like an hour.
No, like 40 minutes away.
Like 45 minutes away or something like that. And so it took us a while to actually meet in person and create. And then when we did, it was...
You're 45 minutes away from Atlanta. I'm an hour and 40 minutes away from you. Actual driving, like 90 miles per hour. Huh?
I was like, that felt way too...
I guess the drive feels pretty quick for her when you're making it, right?
Yeah.
Really? It didn't feel like an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah. But no, since she came over, we did like music and stuff. So we had actually, our first song was like, I don't know if I can say it, but it was like a big UK artist and was going to collab with the K-pop. So we did one, then we did another one, and then basically it.
Wow. See, and that's what you were looking for. You were looking for people to be, just writing those songs for you so that you could get up there and sing them.
Exactly.
You needed you.
I needed me.
You needed you.
And then it's kind of crazy to know how many artists don't really contribute to the writing. I'm like, wait a minute. That's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to sing, dance and sing and perform.
So funny.
Yeah, but I'm a bit of a hermit now. Like, I have my own home set up, which is like equally amazing and also probably my social demise, because I never want to leave my room.
But it's a good outlet.
Yeah. I wish I would have done it sooner. The pandemic is what kind of forced it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's how Edward and I met. It was K-pop.
And now, do you guys make a lot of music together?
Yeah. We have different writing styles.
High pitch like that.
Yeah, we have different writing styles. The songs that we have done are really, really great, but it takes us a while to get there. And we're both like Sagittarius. I think we get frustrated. Like, we're very spontaneous and quick.
Yeah.
I'm quick in like lyricism, or I like to talk things out in a certain manner when I collaborate. And he's just he's also used to doing the whole thing on his own.
Right.
And I also have been trying to make him aware that he's a producer, so he needs to be like an artist, songwriter, producer,
right?
Produce for other people and stuff,
or help people. Like I feel like that's literally what I've been looking for, is like a producer, because I feel like I'm just like a bubble of ideas. Like
He listens to so much. I feel like he'd make a great A&R or developing an artist, helping them like get their thoughts out properly and still feel engaged in the creative process. But
you know what? Sapo Studios needs somebody like that moving forward. And once you come solidify your space out here in Los Angeles, man.
Soon, I feel like we're moving here sooner than we think.
You guys you guys can't leave now.
Yeah, you haven't left, so I feel like maybe you just did move here.
Probably something's gonna happen. We're like, oh shit, or probably win the Powerball this week. Today,
what I'm hearing is you're an hour and 40 minutes apart right now. You guys need to be living together. You guys are kind of like missed your first trip out of here. Sounds like you moved here.
That's true. But yeah, for me too, the pandemic really forced me to produce more and stuff. So it's a benefit because I'm a songwriter. And I feel like some producers need to learn the songwriting aspect and not just make a beat or something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Like structure and whatnot.
Yeah, or like understanding the styles and the lyrics and the melody. Why does this melody work, you know? Because I feel like, not to like diss writers, but like I feel like nowadays it's just, catchy melody. Which is fine, but I feel like in each style, you need to know why you're doing this melody. Because every melody has a story, you know what I mean? Like in every genre. I could be like, oh, that melody's from that. Or that reminds me of John Mayer, or that reminds me of whatever, you know?
Right.
So, yeah.
Right.
I think, too, though, we're so quick to change a vocal melody, and producers do not want to change production after it's, like, kind of, they've hashed out what they were feeling. Mm-hmm. And if there was more of a songwriting aspect to production, not to bash producers.
Of course not.
Not at all. But if there was more of like a collaborative effort in that sense as well, because sometimes as songwriters, we are melodically kind of fenced in. Mm-hmm. And so if a producer is more open to actually changing up production to make a song that much better, because we just can't go to certain places. Right. If you've, this is the road that you have created and I have to follow the path to a certain extent. I think I feel the same, but on the other side.
For sure.
Other side. I like that. The other side. We keep saying the other side, and pretty soon the Bored Ape Yacht Club other side is coming. People.
What is
Let's
that?
not forget about that.
The metaverse?
It's their metaverse, yeah.
Oh, it's called The Other Side?
It's called The Other Side. It's involved with ApeCoin.
How do we get in on that, guys?
10 KTF. That's what I would say.
Well, and I've heard that if I'm not mistaken, the apes have a spot in Frogland as well. Is that? I don't know.
I don't know. Is that true?
Have we heard rumblings? I don't know.
Does Lolly want to hop in here?
Lolly?
Can you touch?
Is that a thing?
Is that even a thing? Are we allowed to say that?
That is not a thing.
Oh, that would be exciting.
It's not a thing.
Where did I hear that?
David's just making shit up.
Oh, okay. Well,
David, it was a rumor that was floating around a while back, but that is not accurate.
Okay, old rumor. All right,
yeah.
well,
be accurate. It'll come.
Yeah,
coming.
That's fine. We got the gutter cats.
Dave's an asshole.
Hey, doxing me again.
Hey, you doxed me first, man.
Hey. I want to welcome Snoop Frog as well. Thank you so much for being here, Snoop. Snoop is the reason we're all here. The leader of Frogland Nation himself. Snoop, I don't know if you want to come off mic and say anything. You absolutely do not have to, but I welcome you to if you want to say a word or two. Very good.
Side note, me and Keetah love frogs. That's like all over our Instagram feed is just frogs.
That's awesome.
Nice. Yeah, we are absolutely
like notorious frogs.
No, like real,
Frogland?
like desert frogs.
Like actual frogs.
We are all up in this Frogland universe and absolutely obsessed with every aspect of it. It's super cool, and you guys should take some time to check out the Discord and maybe even buy a frog at some point.
Because with each frog comes a plot of land in their coming metaverse.
Yeah.
Plot or plop?
A plop of land.
They're gonna plop down a plot of land in your lap is what's gonna happen. So a little bit of both.
It's more so gonna be a claim.
I was just tweeting about metaverse real estate.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I was like, who can tell me about metaverse real estate? Because you know what's better than real estate, guys?
Virtual real estate. I have seen people make a lot of money doing virtual real estate.
It's kind of That's the part where I'm like, ooh.
Well, and
'Cause
that's what's so exciting about this project is that we literally, for every
you
single...
got a crib already in the metaverse.
Yeah, for every single NFT frog that we bought, there's going to be a piece of land we have. Hey, Snoop, what's going on?
How's it going, guys? Not too bad. Sorry, I had to struggle to find the mute button there. So that's sounding good.
That's okay. I didn't mean to call you out. I was just I saw you hop up, so I figured if you wanted to say hi, we appreciate you. You know,
Yeah, man. It was also good to meet you.
It was fantastic to meet you
in person.
And
I gotta say, you all absolutely knock it out of the park. And again, what another amazing guest that you brought on. So I'm just sat here thoroughly enjoying what you're doing. It's getting a little late over in Europe, but again, this is a lovely way to spend a Saturday evening. So I'm having a frog and whale of a time.
Thank you so much.
You in person as well.
Aren't frogs nocturnal though?
No, this frog gets very little sleep nowadays.
That's a very hard-working frog.
Yeah, sleeping, eating, and NFTing, and you get to pick two. So I know which I pick.
Well, we appreciate you providing the space for us to do this and making this happen. So, thank you very much.
No. I got to say, thank you all. It's always a pleasure to listen. This just some absolute masterful audio coming through here. So, thanks again.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Very exciting stuff. Let's hear one more track from Damnboy. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Which one you want to play this time, man?
I feel everything burning down.
Cool. I love your song titles. They're awesome.
Sirens, warnings, got you afraid. Go and run from all your shame. Now it's too late to run away. But there's no one to blame for your problems. Nobody cares about your problems. It's so wild to think that you're ruined. Now it's all done. There's no turning back, 'cause you left the world behind. I just see you burn. Ooh, it's hard to care with everything going on. I just see you burn. Ooh, I feel everything burning out. Can you feel it burn? With every fucking thing you done, can you feel it burn? Ooh, I feel everything burning up. If only they knew what I was, the damage is done now. I watch them run. Chaos inside of my head got me feeling the dread. But there's no one to blame for my problems. Nobody cares about my problems. It's so wild to think I was on. Now it's all done. There's no turning back, 'cause you left the world behind. I just see you burn. Ooh, it's hard to care with everything going on. I just see you burn. Ooh, I feel everything burning down. Can you feel it burn? Ooh, should have seen it with every fucking thing you done. Can you feel it burn? Ooh, I feel everything burning up. Can you feel it burn? Ooh, should have seen it with every fucking thing you done. Can you feel it burn? Ooh, I feel everything burning up. Everything burning up. Everything burning up. Everything burning up. I feel everything burning up.
Another dope track.
Thank you.
Man, awesome melodies. And then I just want to go right into your next song before we do a live jam here, man.
So this next one is not out, but it's going to be out next month with my friend Noel.
Super dope. So we're getting like exclusive alpha.
We
here
might do
on
an
Sapo
NFT. We don't
Studios.
know yet.
Ooh,
Heyo.
We
That's
should.
fucking cool then.
Yeah,
So if you do that, we'll have to have you back on the show.
definitely.
Promote it.
I'll probably be here
yeah,
around that time.
help
too.
y'all put it out
What
there.
do you mean you'll probably be here? You
already
just moved to LA, man. I thought we established that already. These hour and 40-minute drives, it's not it.
It's not it. Driving in Georgia is different.
You just go 90 miles per
It's
hour
just
the whole
straight
time.
driving, and people are crazy on the road.
Oh, I bet.
Crazy.
Just so fast.
Yeah.
Well, you're not gonna be doing that here in Los Angeles.
No.
True.
Taking an hour and 40
It's
minutes.
more
to go,
like 2 miles, 30-minute drive.
Yeah.
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
Trotting the whole way there.
Yeah.
Going like 12. But
All right, let's drop that exclusive.
let's hear it.
I got problems, only you could solve them. Higher levels, dancing with the devil. Tell me you, you're the one, you're the one to fuck me up. Deep inside, in my gut, telling me to leave you. But I never learn. Every time I do it hurts, even though it burns. I still love the baby, I burn when I'm by myself. Like a drug, you got me thinking. Feels like hell. Nah, don't know what to do. I just can't stop thinking about you, baby. I burn by myself, myself. Myself. I tried rehab, but it's not easy. I tried ending my life to see if you would come and see me. Was it you? Fuck me up. I try, but I can't get enough. Deep inside, I'm scared. My heart might stop, but I never learn. Can't stop, I'm stop. Watch the house burn down. Some say I got problems. Who cares? You do too. At least I know. You are straight until I don't think I'll ever come back. I need you now. Baby, I burn when I'm by myself. Like a drug, you got me feeling. Feels like hell. Nah, don't know what to do. I just can't stop thinking about you, baby. I burn by myself. Baby, I burn when I'm by myself. Like a drug, you got me thinking. Feels like hell. Nah, don't know what to do. I just can't stop thinking about you, baby. I burn by myself, myself.
When's the last time you heard an acoustic guitar solo?
Dude, just vibes.
Super fucking cool, man. There's like there's a whole mixture of like elements in that music, man. Like there's almost like this folk part. Right?
Yeah.
Like man, that I haven't heard tracks like that very often.
Thank you.
Nowadays.
Yeah, so Noel, he's an EDM artist. He's with Shalizi Group.
And there's like that like halftime drop in there, which is fucking cool. Which has like, dude, I think that is super sick. And then like you said, fucking acoustic guitar fucking solo.
The inspiration for me was Eagles.
Nice.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
You don't know who this is, but it gives me like Paul Bertocco vibes, man. Like a guy I grew up playing music with, who like he would do like, that's all we did was play acoustic guitar. I played rhythm.
Just jam.
He fucking like do like solos.
He's the type of dude that like kind of almost looks like a full grown hobbit. Never wearing shoes, like that type of like rural vibe, right? And he just like is the epitome of like the troubadour. Like it just always has like his banjo or his guitar on him, and like travels the world just playing music wherever he goes.
Yeah, like that guitar solo definitely made me like think of that. And Eagles, man, like you said, that's fucking awesome, man. That is super dope.
Thank you.
I want to listen to it again, but we can't do that right now. So we're going to have to wait until you drop it.
Yeah. Should we get into playing some music?
Yeah, man. What's a BPM you want to...
120.
120.
Oh,
all right,
it's
let's
already at
follow it.
120.
It's
I
already
already
at
know.
120.
It's the best BPM.
It is. That's it.
So what do we do?
We're going to jam, man. So what do you want to start with? You want to start with like a guitar?
You have
wanna-
Splice?
Hmm?
Splice?
I do have it. I don't know how you use it. If you know how
I
to
can-
use it. Yeah. If you come sit here, bro.
Yeah.
That's literally the whole point.
You gonna sing?
No, I mean, well,
At some point, you are. if you want.
it's the
if you
whole
want.
point of a jam.
Yeah. So basically, how this works is we're going to be layering the song
Slap
as
my
we go.
thighs.
Yeah, you can slap your thighs. I'll slap my face. We'll make a whole crazy track here.
You have Splice, right?
Oh, like fucking
The program? I'm making that.
You know, I haven't slapped my cheeks professionally, but you know, I think we could sell
Can you
this.
do the little like where it makes that sound where it's like
Yeah.
stop. Every time I see someone do that, which is I mean,
Yeah, I
can't
get
say
it.
that I see people do that often, but when I do,
I
there
can't
was
tell
this-
you how truly talented I am.
I was a Barney kid, like addicted to Barney. Back when VHS tapes, so I had all the VHS tapes. But there's
Yeah.
a song, and they do that, and I've never been able to do it. So you just took me back to my childhood, and now I'm envious.
Oh, it always reminds me of D-Day from Animal House. I don't know. You know that movie? Back in the day. Back in the day.
I think it might have
I know.
been.
Dating myself here. Great Belushi film. All right, so Damnboy is hopping on the keys, and we're going to get some stuff going right now.
I feel like that's well beyond. She's way too young for that reference.
Yeah, I know. I know.
didn't want to be the one to.
No, it's fine. That's fine.
It's all right. We're just doxing ourselves. We're just dating ourselves. Like you said.
Have you seen Double Indemnity? Just kidding. From like the 20s.
Oh, if Bugs were listening, he would thoroughly enjoy these jokes. Yeah, it's always awesome to watch. Do you want anything else to drink?
I'm good.
Yeah,
Is this thing on?
Okay. So, if you don't mind, can you isolate now each of the parts that you just created just thus far so that we can hear what those individual pieces are like?
This is the chords I started with. It's F and G. I kind of want to actually filter it. And the next part?
Yeah.
So this is penned on the left. And then this is the bass. Bass is off there. Fix that. Some pads. Main melody.
Thank you for doing that. That's just awesome to hear that pieced apart. So what we just did there, yep. Can you hear me? So what we just did there was we had Keetah record her vocals, and we're going to mix those into the song. And just like we tell you guys in the audience, she just put them on her phone, recorded them into the voice memo into the phone. We're just going to airdrop that in. We're going to be able to mix that into the song. And that's what you guys can do at home too. If you get inspired by something that you hear, just record something on your phone, send it over to us, and we'll see if we can mix it in. What's really great about musicians right now in this space is that they all have all these amazing ideas for what this space could be. Keetah was just talking to us about all of these ideas that she was having off the top of her head that were so great about, where this whole project could go in terms of Sapo Studios and how it benefits the artists and the community. And that's what all of this is, right? I mean, Frogland does it too. It's a collaborative effort from the people that want to be involved to make the space better, and it's really an amazing time for that. Damnboy, you were just going off making some music. It was truly a pleasure to watch you. So was any of that stuff that you had been thinking of already, or is that literally just off the top of your head?
Off the dome, baby. Yeah. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I just go. I like to just don't think and make music.
Yeah, it's truly amazing to watch. It's funny because Keetah and I were sitting here and looking at him, and she goes, he's like a little kid right now banging on the keys, and he really did look like a little kid in his element, having the time of his life, and that's what you have to do to make good music, right? Just throw yourself in and really be enjoying it.
Well, and we're all trying to be as close to our inner child as possible. So I say that in the highest regard. When I'm like, he's like a little kid over there. And also at that time we couldn't hear at all what he was doing, and quite literally was hunched over the keyboard going at it. So.
And it's just, I love to see it. I really do.
It's important to tap into that inner child sometimes,
It inspires me, that's for sure.
Can you filter the vocal and all that good stuff before we? I mean, I guess they're gonna hear it now. Either way. It's not in the right
place
spot because that I.
You also didn't count.
Sorry. So, just gonna have to.
You start immediately?
No, I started in the verse.
So they're finding where it was because we did it cell phone style because of the audio rig issue we have now.
Is this on? It is on. My bad. I should have counted. It's off. Yeah.
But that's cool.
If
as
you want to
fuck.
line it up with the chorus, that's really good.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah.
It's fucking dope.
Sorry. Jeez, I'm so yeah, it's all over the place because it's a scratch vocal.
Yeah.
Is that right?
That's the whole point.
It's can you mute the vocal? Mute the vocal?
Mute it?
Yeah. And I'll play. So it's like a little too soon, I think. Yeah. That's too late.
Here?
Yeah. More.
More left or right?
Left. The other thing is, like, I can't sing it how I was hearing it. So it's
Right.
like the I tries are probably a little bit off. And then I'm like
Right.
trying to catch up.
And like, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was literally
process
the
of
first time you were
creativity.
like,
Yeah.
like singing it.
That's
or
the other
doing
thing
it.
that's interesting about like my creative process is I prefer not to hear the track at all and have someone or myself like put the BPM and the key in, and the first time I hear the track is when I'm recording melodies, and it's usually my best.
Yeah,
for some reason.
that like I feel you on that for sure. Because then you can like overthink it, kind of like.
I mean, I'll do multiple takes,
Mhm.
but those first goes are usually the best
Yeah.
for some reason. Yeah.
What was super interesting to hear also is I've heard some interviews with Sia when she talks about how she creates vocals for some of her songs, and I kind of saw you doing the same thing where you're like singing all these really cool sounds and they're like turning into words as you're like moving forward in the song, which is like so interesting to watch and hear. It's like all of a sudden like these things are coming out of you. It's like you're like doing pottery right in front of us, and like the thing is like being molded into the shape you want it to be, and at first it's like there's something in there but we can't see what it is yet, but it sounds really cool, and it's amazing.
I think there's I at least experienced this, but it's like a songwriter's curse where you naturally go to certain syllables or vowels when you do I call it yodeling, like when I just do melodies over a track. And so I'm gonna expose Damnboy, but his is like way. He says way when he's doing his melodies. I always want to like say stars or I try to stick to like an O, a na kind of sound, because then I'm gonna write about stars for like the rest of my life. Because you just pick words that they just stick. I don't know. I cannot hear. I don't want to miss what you're saying. Nope. There we go.
All right, there we go. What I was saying was because when you find good sounds too, you kind of want to lean into those, right? So then, like, you create a song where, like, you've used star maybe, and it's like, oh, that felt really good. And then the next time,
Right.
like, subconsciously, you're like, oh, okay, I'm back in
Like
star.
branded in my brain. What is also interesting after working within the K-pop space, so to be a good K-pop writer, you have to be at least familiar with the phonetics of the Korean language. And that goes into syllables and, you know, how many syllables per word there is. So K-pop melodies are so all over so much is happening. We're very consistent because of how our language is set up. We can do a lot less with our melodies because of how many syllables per word there are. And after kind of like diving into the K-pop space, you can't be limited. You have to like. I have a different brain when I do K-pop.
So when you're saying that, is that like, because you said initially that you can write it in English and then they'll transpose it into Korean.
Right.
So are you saying...
I'm thinking in Korean.
Like, do you have to syllabically write a certain amount of syllables and that's like a requirement in English in order for it to come out correct in Korean, or...
No, because like... You know, there are instances where maybe you're writing a ballad or something like that. Most of the time it's for these groups that have like a minimum of 5 people to them. Mm-hmm. And so you're thinking of parts. How many rappers are there? How many people, like range. The range is insane of these groups because you have multiple different people, right? So in addition to just those things you have to keep in mind, like I'm thinking in fake Korean. Like, because I've listened to enough K-pop, I've watched enough Korean TV shows to understand how the language kind of just naturally flows. That even though I'm writing in English words, the melodies, like there's so many words in the English versions, I guess, as compared to the Korean versions, because the syllable it's just different. Anyway, nerded out a little bit.
Këta, I must say there are people commenting in the chat right now saying Këta's vocals are awesome.
Thanks, guys. I don't think there's any tune or anything on them, so I appreciate it.
No, it's super dope. And again, this is a scratch track, and it's the scratch track session.
I'm curious to know what people feel like the vibe of this is. Like, what are the lyrics gonna be?
Right. And I was gonna say, if anyone kind of like is listening on the other end and they're hearing words that Këta's like saying, or like if you hear lyrics, type them in the Sapo Studios chat and let us know. It'd be super dope.
drowning in the quicksand.
Quicksand.
I don't know if that's stupid.
I'm hearing your touch.
Yeah, that's cool.
Trying to finish this now?
Shit. We don't want to break their podcast.
Hey, listen, we got people all over the world in all different time zones. It's really how long you want to stay and play.
I mean, I was kind of hearing lyrics in the the beginning is more like I don't remember what the melody was, but hopeless, falling, I just see you to know that I think I know something in my dreams and then 'cause your touch is a little bit there. Oh, I should have. Now I can count myself. Can you count me in?
Which part?
The verse. Whatever you have for a verse.
Like one before? Like this?
No. It's before that. It's the beginning of the verse.
Oh, you want to go verse first?
Yeah, so it's like.
You ready?
Yeah. Hopeless, falling. I just need you to know that I dream of you. It's like you're haunting me 'cause I'm caught up in your love, caught up in your touch. I can't get enough of you. No, I'm caught up in your love, caught up in your touch. And then whatever. Your touch. I've never. I don't think I've. There's no way I've heard like.
Do you want to airdrop that?
Oh yeah.
It's hard enough in a studio to just go off the top of your head with melodies, let alone I don't know how many people are listening right now.
No, it's just us. It's just us right here. Yeah.
Right. Hear my little yodel.
So we actually had
Spot
put in some lyric suggestions.
Ooh.
Can you pull it up on your phone, Dave, and show her?
Did you already airdrop
Did
that?
you get that last airdrop? Sick.
All right.
Super interesting.
Super interesting.
So Keetah is checking it out right now.
This is super cool, but can you adjust your concept
Interesting.
to be a little more to whatever the heck I just said? I don't even remember. So think instead of I'll try. See, and this is where, remember when I was saying I always, like, stars comes out of my mouth, and then I'm like, damn it, I'm not going to write about stars. So now we have to eradicate the I'll try and hear it as, what did you say?
Your
touch. Your touch. Da, 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 da. You got to pivot, like the Friends episode with the couch.
Pivot.
And Keetah, you just got a shout out from Snoop Frog.
Snoop Frog. Oh.
Sorry.
Saying you're rocking this.
Thank you. This is the first, for sure.
That's what Sapo Studios is all about. Firsts. We're gonna blaze the trail.
There's lots of firsts happening in Web3.
Yeah, and Keetah and I also met at Bored and Hungry, obviously, and I didn't even know that you guys were dating, to be honest. Like, I think we talked, like, kind of separately. I think I met you with Michael.
Yeah.
And then Damnboy had come over, and still I didn't realize you guys were, like, dating. But super cool that that's what it is. And, like, we were talking about Web3 and music NFTs and, like, pioneering, and how Andy was pioneering in real life aspect of NFTs, and that really kind of put a huge motivation in my brain to be like, in real life, Sapo Studios music studio.
You know, and what I'm curious about, ASAP, is when exactly did you have time to film at this event?
I didn't. I just talked to everyone. Actually, the video will be dropping. Andy said he's going to post it next week.
And you know what? You did a great job, and you always do. And I was really impressed, as usual, when I watched the video. But it's just so funny because I watch these things, and there's so much content that you wrap into such a small period of time that, like, clearly you spend a lot of time filming. And I think when I'm watching it, how? Because I hear all of these stories about all these other things you did there.
I know. We weren't even there for like the whole day.
Yeah.
And I was like, so much is happening. So many people are here. I saw a lot of familiar faces from some events that I was attending during NFTLA, also in music. So, yeah, I'm really excited. It gives me hope. So part of my like journey that I didn't really touch on is I stopped being an artist when I was 17 because the industry just took a lot out of me. The experience was 0 to 100, kind of like to 50, back down to 50. And so I started being like more, on the behind the scenes side, but my God dream is I'm a performer, I'm an artist. Mm-hmm. And I am also a songwriter and top liner. So Web3 I'm 24 and I have not even flirted with the idea of being an artist again. And when I discovered Web3 and the potential of having full creative control, building a community that's actually engaged, that you have a new type of relationship than, a creative and consumer relationship. Also the financial aspect,
mm-hmm.
like I would like to have a roof over my head. It's just I feel like that's a necessity for people. And I would like, to use my abilities and talents. And you're running a business, it's not for the faint of heart, but I am diving back into the artistry side of things, and it's very new. And, we're kind of like talking about inner child stuff, but, I had to heal through a lot of what happened over the course of these 7 years, and I gave up part of my childhood to be in the industry. Mm-hmm. I've given up, a good chunk of my early adulthood to be in the industry.
And you hear so many, far too many stories like this. Documentaries from Lady Gaga and other people who feel like they were just chewed up and spit out by the industry. And that is really the beauty of Web3, is that it's, again, putting power in the hands of the artists and maybe bringing some people back that were kind of thrown out by themselves because they took themselves out of the game because they just didn't want to be in all the bullshit anymore.
Well, it starts to really take a toll on your actual creativity too. And
Absolutely.
That is a mourning process.
Yes.
You grieve that.
Yes, absolutely. And that's what kind of reinvigorated me wanting to kind of step back into like making music, and because like I had moved out here 10 or 12 years ago at this point, and like struggled a lot, it's very difficult, and it's like even just the intimidation of it, this to me makes the entry like so much easier into like sharing your music. The internet kind of did, because you could kind of like mask yourself, right? People didn't have to know who you are, but like being anonymous in this space is even like encouraged in some way, right? So it's like just to give people music to hear is what I want to do. Like I want to share.
My mom was like, really? You want to be an artist again? Let's do it.
Yeah.
Because she's just the most supportive. But
I mean, shit, I'm excited that you're going to, travel back into the artist realm because I'm a fan. I'm a fan too. After today, I'm a big fan of both of you.
Yes. I know. I wish I could play some demos of like, more of what my actual sound would be, because she's coming. Keetah Jeaux 2.0, guys.
And shit, we're ready. I want to hear more, and I cannot wait. It looks like Spot did a little editing on the lyrics here. If you want to take a look at those. And Damnboy's in the background on the keys, just still playing around with the music production over there, in it, immersed.
This is great, Spot. We'll see if we can incorporate some of it. Songs really write themselves.
Mm-hmm. And from what you're saying is like generally in those first mumbling moments, like those melodies are kind of like locked in, and then
it's almost like at this point in my process, it's humorous. Sometimes I'll just keep doing take after take, and I always go back to the first one because something about like you tapped into something divine, and you're like just channeling whatever the heck it was.
It's just based on emotion in that first one, because then I think after that it's based on
your thinking,
your interpretation of your initial emotion, and you're trying to recapture that initial feeling, and then it's very difficult to do that.
That's actually a really interesting way of looking at it.
Because like I literally have done the same. Yeah, I've done the same thing so many times, and it's like the scratch track itself sometimes is like, damn, how do I get back to that? Like I've fucked it over in my head now. Like, too far. And I guess only people that do that understand that over and over.
Yeah, right? Well, if you, I can't, damn boy over there. What was that series that we watched on Netflix? The Song Exploder.
That's super.
No, I think it was, is it that one? Yeah. Well, in almost every single episode, they mention that they kind of check out to this reality in the moment where they came up with, you know, the melody or the lyric came to them that was just like it. And I think that's so interesting because there are songs that I've written that are way more methodical, I think is the right word to use. And then there are songs that came out of me and I observed it.
Right.
And those songs are the ones that are noticed the most.
Yeah.
And I think that's just so interesting.
Yeah. I mean, you know, there are so many interviews with major artists that I've heard where they say some of their most like notorious songs, their biggest hits, took 15 minutes to write.
Notorious frogs.
Or it's like you talk for 3 hours and you write a song in 20. It's so interesting.
Yeah.
And then there are those times too where it takes a year to finish a song. Because you know that there's like
more
a hit in there. Yeah. That's like a curse word in the music
And
industry, though.
It's a hit. Well, and with a lot of creative things, you know, some people feel like they're never done.
Yeah.
There are filmmakers that they'll be making a film and they feel like the film isn't done. It could use this scene. It could be chopped there, and the editing process never feels done. When you're finished with a song, is that how you feel? Like, you know, I'm finished with it for now, but I could totally go back in there, and then like you hear it 6 months later, and you're
I have moment to moment. That is the feeling. I feel like I'll listen back to my kind of like vault of songs that I just have been sitting on over the years, and in one moment I'm like, dang, I'm kind of good at what I do. I think this is kind of dope. And you listen to what's on the radio, and it you know, you feel like it could be on the radio or on. No one really listens to the radio anymore, or someone's playlist, and then like 2 days later you're listening, you're like, oh, this sucks. Or like, am I really a good writer? Or was I just like, you know, on one that day when I said that and I felt actually good about myself?
Well, it's very hard to be objective with yourself.
And the imposter syndrome is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Maybe actually, I'm not so sure. I was going to say Max Martin probably feels that way too, but I don't think he does. He probably doesn't feel that way at all anymore.
I'm sure he did for a while.
Yeah.
You know,
I want to go to Sweden so bad because the Swedes birthed modern pop music because it started with ABBA, and I just feel like Swedish producers still are so ahead of the curve. So I feel like if I went there, I could really, you know, that would be crazy.
See, I thought you were moving to LA, but now it sounds like you're moving to Sweden.
Yeah.
Well, you haven't flown there yet, and you haven't missed a flight.
That's
true.
Stuck around.
He'll just keep going and going.
You want to play it from the top and give us a listen to where you are over there?
Hopeless, far
falling. I just need you to know that I dream of you. It's like you're haunting me, cause I'm caught up in your love, caught up in your touch. I can't get enough of you. No, 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 no. I'm caught up in your love, caught up in your touch. Oh,
This is this would never see the light of day.
I'll keep in mind this is the scratch track.
Yeah, so normally
scratch track
what we would
vocal.
do is, he would produce up, probably, Logic was acting crazy. Oh, it's just because he has two screens. Anyway, he'll produce something up. I'll do my first little yodel, my vocal pass over it. He'll do a vocal pass. I'll do a vocal pass. He'll do a vocal pass. And then we start Frankensteining that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Start taking the arm of this and the leg of that and the eyeball of that, and you stick it all together, and then it's like alive. It's alive.
And that's exactly the idea with these stems, is that someone can come in and say, you know what, I'm
just
gonna
want the eyeball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just want the eyeballs, and I'm gonna Frankenstein the shit out of this with my own stuff and make my own creation, and that's what this is all about.
Exactly. Or you take the vocal and you make a sample and
Yeah.
you chop it up and all that good stuff. So it's rare that it's a full melody pass that we like.
So now Damnboy picked up an acoustic guitar, and he's playing some music that he's going to record into the phone and then drop into the program.
Honestly, I feel like we probably won't finish this in this sitting, not even close. So I'm excited for everyone to hear what it morphs into, because oftentimes
Things change.
You think it's a dog and it's a frog. So it turns into
Love
something
it.
else.
Who doesn't love a
And we
frog?
will definitely play the final track
Yeah.
on a future episode for
Cool.
sure.
Hmm?
Or if you just airdrop and then click share and then click airdrop, turn Wi-Fi on.
I don't know how many
and then data
people that are listening that either want to be in the music industry or are in the music industry or have experience in the industry in Web 2 or just starting their career in Web 3. But my little what is it, a soapbox? My soapbox moment that I always have to bring up in when I get the opportunity to speak within a space on Twitter or
Sapo Studios.
let's go. Or, I'm chatting in a Discord or something, is educate yourself on both sides and understand you're starting a business, because that is so important. And I think people who are trying to just jump into the industry on Web3 don't understand that they still need the education of what's going on in Web2, because the people in Web2 will throw cash at you and you will be like, oh,
Yeah.
a Copa? Blah, 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 blah.
Well, yeah, because so many people want to move into the Web3 space.
Right.
And a
So
lot
if
of
they
people
see
don't
you as
want to
their
do the
opportunity
work
to
in
do
order
so.
to build something, right? So
Right.
so if people see that you're building something, they're more inclined
You
to
just
say,
need to
"Yo, I
know the
don't-"
lingo.
Yeah, they're like, I don't need to go build all that myself because we've already figured something out.
Yeah.
The Frogland developers have helped us get to this point, and maybe we need some sort
I
of
tell people
investment
that
or,
my experience was my college experience. I got the debt, I got the education, and I'm hoping for the career. So if you kind of, give yourself some grace as you're learning, there's some really, And the Writer Is podcast is really dope for just kind of understanding people's journeys. Ari Hertzstand, he has a book that's making it the new music industry. It's updated music education. So you should check that out. And I think he's in the NFT space as well. So he's Edumacating.
And I like how Spot put that. Instead of entrepreneurs, it's artrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Artists, entrepreneurs.
We say songtrepreneur.
Songtrepreneurs. Sapopreneurs?
But yeah, no, understanding the business of anything that you're trying to do as a career choice is very important, because ultimately I think that's what a lot of people get lost in. You know, they just kind of keep their heads down and say, if I just keep creating, you know, that's all I need to do. Just lean into creating and doing what I do best. And it's like, yeah, but you also want people to hear it. You want people to see it, you know, and there's a whole other aspect to that business that if you're going to ever make any money from it, you need to get yourself out there.
And if you're in Web3, you need to know what we're trying to fix.
Right.
Exactly.
You have to know what we're trying to fix.
Which with music, I think a lot of people...
It's the model,
like, the split is already, like, completely fucked.
Yeah.
And
yeah, so, you know, you have masters and then you have publishing, and for whatever reason, they're considered two totally separate things. I'm not necessarily saying that master and pub should not be considered separate things, but down to a federal level of how the government sees songwriters versus how they see producers, how we get paid, how we can represent ourselves is just insane to me. So with decentralization, it's
like, why the wouldn't the person who created
the music,
this thing, like, without
music
you,
industry,
the shit wouldn't exist. So like, what gives someone else the right to take that from you?
The music industry is making
like,
more money than it's ever made.
It's
and
absolutely insane.
Songwriters are not able to survive. It makes no sense.
Because I think when Damnboy and I were talking on the phone yesterday about the podcast, he was kind of saying, like, so many people focus on the producers, right? No one focuses on the actual songwriter. There wouldn't be shit for a producer to produce unless there was a song.
Well, my thing is you know, you get a track fee. If a song gets placed with an artist, right, they pay a fee for the master, which is considered just production, and that gets paid out directly to the producer. Well, they don't do that. They don't do that for songwriters. We get paid nothing up front. We don't get paid a day rate. We don't get paid anything up front. It's only back end stuff, unless, you know, you have a relationship with the producer to where you're getting a percentage of their track fee. And
why would they want to give that up?
And why would they want to give that up? Also, their value is what they're getting. Like, what needs to change is songwriters need their own fee, and it should be an equivalent of, in my opinion, you know, if not an equivalent, a close equivalent to whatever a producer would get for a fee.
Entrepreneurship.
Oh my goodness.
It's an actual book.
Wow.
Spot has shared this. Maybe I'm gonna have to grab this book.
Sustaining the Creative Life. We'll have to check that out.
I think that's what we're all trying to do here, is sustain the creative life.
Yeah, and you know,
right?
with music NFTs specifically, because it's not dictated by anything, that problem can easily go away, and it can also become a benefit to whoever's, you know, supporting, and or even down to, you know, engineers getting royalties and things like that. It's very exciting. They should. They spend hours in the studio. They deal with who knows what.
You just have to hope that the government doesn't come in and put their grubby hands on everything and regulate the entire Web3
I think it's more
space.
of actually expect it.
Yeah, well, I mean, Mark Zuckerberg already has his head up his ass, charging 47.5% on his Meta platform. Like, that's just going to go.
I want to know what Elon Musk is trying to do with Twitter. That's all I'm saying. And I want to know what Daddy Musk is trying to do.
What he's trying to do is corner the market.
Yeah.
Of, you know, you're going to listen to everything I have to say now. And this is my platform to do that.
Well, because like a lot of the shit is filtered on Twitter, and he's saying like it should be an unfiltered environment, which let's see where that goes. But this is interesting. We had Spot also say, now the question is, do we get a project file to remix?
Oh, I mean, I'm down.
Are we talking about for this song?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
People are requesting. Yeah,
that's on y'all.
And like that is the thought process, and like at this point, like maybe something like that the idea would be to mint them as stems, and people would have to purchase them to do their
Sure.
remix, right? And ideally, moving forward, that's the model we're trying to go after.
Right.
Is people come on the show, we create
Also,
tracks like
let's clean her up a bit. But
"Damn boy, you're gonna clean it up, boy."
yeah, when you hop.
But yeah, I think if you guys are okay with that, we can share the project file. And
super cool.
ultimately, right now in these early stages of Sapo Studios, we're kind of just playing around with these things and sharing them. But ultimately, this will be a space where artists will be able to make money on making all of this music and selling these stems. And it won't just be giving out these project files. It'll be you'll have to purchase that if you're interested in that. But I think it would be cool to, for the time being, if you guys are cool with that, to share it with the community and let them play around.
Give the people what they want.
All right. Yeah, so Spot, we can absolutely send you those that project file, and you can play around with those stems. Absolutely.
Yeah, we could do like a Dropbox link or something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
For all you Logic users, or we could just do like straight up stems, and you just drag them into your GarageBand DAW.
I would happily pay taxes because that means I have money.
Right? Yeah.
Well, you know what's
have
funny
to pay.
about that? So what she's referencing is that just now in the chat, Spot said if artists are making money, they can pay taxes. I got no problem paying taxes. And, what Keetah said, that's a great point, because we have a business partner that is constantly saying to us, like, yeah, that sounds great. 0% of 100 is still zero, so sure.
Yeah,
It's like,
No, 0% is zero.
You want a
It's zero.
fraction of a grape, or you want a fraction of a watermelon?
Yeah. You want to know what half a zero is?
Right.
Zero.
But point
So if
being,
you're making
like,
no money,
yeah, might as well, follow the path towards making money.
What's
and if
that
you gotta break
song?
off
Mo
a piece-
money. I want Joe money. I want Mo money.
It's another song, "More Money, More Problems." Is that true? I don't know, but I'm down to
We're
find
gonna
out.
find out. I want to own real estate in the metaverse. I want to own real estate. Oh. What did you just play?
Yeah, what was that? Oh, so we're having a good time.
You want to
That
own
sounded
real
like
estate
a
in the
fun time.
metaverse? One frog, one
I
lamb.
know.
Yeah.
One frog,
Which
one lamb.
the land is dropping in June from the last.
Oh, because
Oh.
he was recording a guitar.
Yeah. And we were just
and we
talking
were
over his
talking in the
guitar.
back.
Oh, so it's gonna be like some
See?
little like talking in the background.
Let's frog and go.
This is super cool.
Yeah, it's a flood. I'm so curious to see how it, when it's finished, what it actually is. So many people are witnessing what its fetus stage is.
right now the vibes I'm getting, I don't know if it's just me, but like this is like the scene in the show or the movie where like the guy sees the girl that
Yeah.
like he sees what their life could be together, and he's
Yeah,
just like
he, like,
staring at
blinks, he
her
can
like
see it all.
daydreaming in the
Yeah.
corner.
Yeah, and I hear the vocal. It might not even be me. Very, like I said, I was half singing. I'm not really singing. It's like pretend singing. I'm kidding. But like very passionate and full voice. So like those little feathery sounding vocals will be much more felt.
Right.
Awkward teen phase. That's funny. You lie.
Frogger S. Thompson, yes, we'll send you the stems too. Absolutely. Mahalo. Are you in Hawaii? Hey,
Oh,
excellent.
wow.
See, that's
where Damnboy's from.
That's how awesome it is that this Web3 space, you got people from all over the place. And yeah, Damnboy is from Hawaii as well. Do you, here,
Is
hold
that
on.
pigeon?
Yeah, grab that. Put him on mic.
Hobra, you know the kind.
All right, here. Let's see about bringing him up. Give me 1 second here.
Just click this. No, right, yeah.
Frogger, you want to come up to speak for a second? Here, Damnboy, you want to mute that for 1 sec? Frogger, go ahead.
No, I just want to say aloha to everybody. This is the first time I've been up here, but I'm actually in the middle of something. But I just wanted to, come up and say hello to everybody.
Aloha.
You got the best project in the space.
Yeah, thank you so much for listening today. Appreciate it.
Where are you from?
Oh, no worries, man. I had to take care of some family business. That's why I've been missing, but I'm back 100%. So let's go.
For sure. Damnboy's asking where you're from, Frogger.
Say that again?
Where are you from?
Oh, I'm originally from Hawaii, but I lived in San Francisco and New York, and then I had to move back to Hawaii.
Oh,
for
where in Hawaii
issues.
are you?
Yeah. Believe it or not, Makiki.
Oh, that's where I'm from.
So I'm a Rough Rider.
Look at that. Me too. I'm a Rough Rider too.
Oh, let's go.
Roosevelt. Baby Roosevelt.
Amazing.
Damn.
Did you skate or anything?
I did, yeah. A little bit, yeah.
Oh, shit.
What year did you
bumped
grad?
into each other. I graduated 97, so I'm a little bit older.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lived like 3 lives, a life in each city. But all worth
I
it.
understand.
Now you're on your Web3 life, huh?
Yeah, dude, it's just so much better now.
This is awesome.
Is this
I
what
used to
retirement
because I
feels
used to be a key grip and a photo assistant in New York for like high fashion photographers and cinematographers. And man, dude, it's just like, New York, it's like it's a place you want to create, but at the same time you can't create because you're working on other people's projects. It really gets depressing, It's like a little bit. So the good thing about coming to Hawaii, like I got more opportunities to work for myself than for somebody else, So it was actually pretty good. Pretty good experience.
You're still in film, you said?
Yeah, I'm still in film, but, taking it easy because it's just so much more fun to look at OpenSea, I guess, right now.
Totally.
It's like scrolling on Instagram.
Yeah.
What other projects?
And I
are
really
you in
appreciate
other
this,
than Frogland?
the song you guys. So you guys, I was listening the whole time, but my mind was on like other visual stuff. So you guys pretty much created that song. This
Just
podcast.
live, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad to get to take part of it. It's a really beautiful song.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
For hopping up
Well,
here and
I'll-
listening.
Yeah, I'll let you guys keep rocking, and I'll be here. And mahalo again for letting me come up and say what's up to the fans.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely appreciate you. It's been amazing to sit here and just watch Damnboy go at it with the MIDI keys and producing music. Acoustic guitar just keeps moving from one thing to the next, and then Keetah comes in and just like kills it on the vocals, and they're making a track here live in front of us, and it's really unbelievable to watch. Really a pleasure and a privilege. So thank you both for coming in and doing this. It's awesome.
Thanks for having us.
And to think it's just from like Bored Ape.
Why does it always got to start with an ape?
It does start with an ape. It was very interesting.
Hey, at first, we were all apes. So maybe it's just like, what is it? History repeats itself.
We were apes, and now we're frogs.
It's crazy.
And now we're frogs.
Well, we're
kind of doing it
before. Or
we're doing it backwards. Oh no!
And no, we skipped the whole tadpole thing. We went from ape to frog, man.
It should have been frog to ape. I mean, not to. We're happy to be frogs.
It is frog to ape. Farm to table beats.
That just means, you know what that means, guys? That Frogland is the next Bored Ape.
You heard it here first, folks.
You heard it here first on
that
Sapo
means.
Studios.
Yep.
From frog to ape, but we stay frogs, but we are like, anyway, I'm going to stop.
That's it.
Is
it.
it
To the
NFT
moon,
joke?
baby.
Yeah,
to the
it's
moon.
actually insane what they're creating. Like,
Yeah.
it's involving other PFP projects where they're collaborating with those artists from those
That's
PFP
something
projects.
you don't see a lot of in modern marketing and all of that. You're not going to see Nike and Adidas do an ad together.
Right, but in Web3
But in
might.
Web3 you might.
Yeah.
See, and
10 KTF.
this is also the beautiful thing about Sapo Saturdays, right? Because like not only are we introducing the artist's music to more people, but we're also introducing the artists to Frogland,
Right.
and spreading the word of Frogland.
Yeah.
And I am sure that Damnboy and Keetah are going to go around talking about Frogland after this.
Y'all pulled up the OpenSea and I saw a frog with lashes and I was like, oh,
I need it.
I
Watch
need
out,
it.
that's going to get sniped.
Yeah, the art's awesome. It's done by AAA game developers. Worked on Sony PlayStation Home stuff. They're
incredible.
They've done Harry Potter. They've done and
There's people from Disney on the team as well. It's quite a group.
yeah. So and they've been quite under the radar. It's been all like organic marketing up until this point, which has been interesting and like. I think once people understand what they're building and what's happening in this metaverse and the fact that you own land with the purchase of Frog is pretty incredible. That's what led me to the project, because in 2020 I was 100% looking at Decentraland land. I was looking at Sandbox land, and it was like a couple $1,000s.
Yeah.
And it became very expensive in 2021.
And I remember, too.
Oh my God.
I remember I was giving you such a hard time because I had no idea what it
It's like
was.
this little pixel,
And I'm
this
like,
little dot.
And I'm like, no, do not spend 2,000, 5,000, whatever. No, thousands on what?
And then it's like,
And now
Don't
that stuff
spend
is
your
worth
rent.
and now that stuff is worth like millions, and I'm the
were.
idiot.
Some were.
It's kind of crazy. Like probably 2018, 2019, I was predicting this whole like digital
Artists.
That's
what you were telling me about.
And I was trying to get someone to listen so that I could do it.
Yeah.
I will still do it, guys. It will happen.
100%.
My idea is really
I hope you
fire
do it
too,
with
so
us. I hope
get
you
ready.
do it. I hope you do it, and we can be part of it.
And then I remember when, I don't know, some label released it, like they had purchased Bored Apes or some sort of NFT.
Warner Brothers Music.
And they were making a group
A
that
band.
was just going to be
Bored
like,
Apes.
yeah. And
That
I was
was
like,
Warner Brothers.
I got so many text messages. What you said was going to happen happened. And I was like, yeah, guys.
It's crazy that you were that
Anderson
far
Ackworth.
ahead. Like, because Tureen List is another artist that we've had on our show before, and he and I went down the rabbit hole in 2020, and we were thinking about that kind of like, what if we just had like an avatar?
Yeah.
Play, but 2 years prior, you'd already had that.
It eradicates a lot, you could perform in multiple places at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to worry about the critter or whatever the heck getting sick.
Mm-hmm. And now that's a big thing with COVID, right?
There's just a lot that, there's still a lot that comes with it that's a new territory, but Japan, I think, was doing the hologram artists, so the anime girls they do extremely well there. Crazy.
Correct me if I'm wrong, people in the chat here, but some of the Frogland developers worked on the Michael Jackson hologram, which is pretty fucking incredible.
I didn't know that, and I'm wondering.
Lollihops, I don't know if you want to come up here and smack my dumb ass again.
I'm wondering,
You guys are just dropping all this bullshit.
in the
Like
same way that I
made up the Bored Ape Yacht Club being part of Frogland.
We're just like imagining things that happen in the space that never happen.
I dream of NFTs, so I guess you guys are experiencing a whole different thing in your dreams.
That's Web 4.
Right.
Right.
Where your brain is connected.
Or kind of like, is it League of Legends that has KDA, the like girl group that's from the game and is voiced by multiple different people, but the music is actually incredible.
Oh,
I don't know about
and they
that. That's
perform
awesome.
like they perform both digitally and physically ish. So yeah, we're stepping into a really interesting.
Like, imagine if it was fucking holograms performing.
Yeah.
Like it was like a frog hologram, or
Right.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's what the Gorillas did with.
But were they? They weren't holograms. They were like, it was like a screen.
No, it was a hologram.
Was it?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Yeah, they did holograms before.
Really, like
Yeah, no,
full
it's absolutely
character,
holograms.
Like full
Yeah.
person?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I've never seen this. Huh. Well, I need to see this video then, because we need to check it out and use it as inspiration.
Hey, Lolly, I don't know if you want to hop off mic real quick to confirm or deny this Michael Jackson nonsense that ASAP is spewing.
Hey, unless somebody was talking shit on Twitter, then
One more time, what was the Michael Jackson nonsense?
is it the case that some of the Frogland developers worked on the hologram for Michael Jackson?
Oh, yes, that is pure fact. Shrimp was one of the ones who worked on the Michael Jackson hologram, as well as the 19 Crimes talking wine bottle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That is epic.
Yeah.
So,
All right, so we got something right today.
Yeah. So this Dave is 1, that Dave is 0.
All right. Well, that's enough doxing for one day there, ASAP.
Well, we're both named Dave, so like let's
confuse the
It
audience.
could be the same name. Doesn't really even matter.
You just keep collective score for Dave. That way you guys will always be winning.
Yeah.
There you go.
So now we're just at 0 because it was +1 -1.
There you go.
We're just back at square 0. All right, where are you at over there, Damnboy? We'd love to hear it, man.
He started on a new one, I think.
Did you?
And this is when, yeah. So,
Oh shit.
Okay.
Now this is like really Sapo Studios jam session.
we're gonna have a whole album.
That would be sick if we did like a lock-in one time,
That'd
where
be
it was like a
crazy.
super long episode where we make like an EP or something,
Hey, Froggy baby.
and we have like multiple artists come through and do like a collective.
Boots and cats and boots and cats. Boots and cats and boots and cats.
Is that the what commercial was that?
I don't know.
Frogs and toads and frogs and toads.
Buy a frog and get some land and buy a frog.
New Pangea, y'all.
It's kind of catchy.
That is kind of catchy. I feel like they just need to be like dropping this like
It's
in,
a theme
like, all of,
song.
like May.
All I'm saying
The whole
is,
month
does
of May, just-
Frogland have a theme song? And do they want a theme song?
They do
Like
wanna-
a jingle?
like
No, like a theme song. Like a jingle is like 588 Empire today. You know, and a theme song is like whatever the heck the Full House theme song is.
Yeah,
you know? It's like,
yeah.
Oh, it's so good. Theme songs aren't the same anymore.
Yeah.
Or what's the new deal?
Theme songs are kind of like just a note now.
It's so boring.
It's like some note that resonates out, and that's like the sound
So
of the
like
show.
90s
Like the
and
Friends theme
early
songs?
2000s theme songs were really great songs,
Yeah.
actually.
Family Matters theme song.
Or
This is great.
thank you for being a friend. Hopped around the world. The frog puns will keep coming.
Yeah.
My dad jokes are chef's kiss.
On point.
So that would be super dope.
Just saying, guys.
To have either a collaborative session or just like
Yeah.
another Sapo Saturday,
Yeah.
or like because you're leaving, unless
On
you
Tuesday.
actually did move here.
I mean, yeah.
Yet to be
so-
determined.
We're definitely moving. I think my timeline is like summer.
It may have to
Early
be like
summer.
a collaborative thing that we do from
Yeah.
like on Zoom or whatever. But yeah, that would be super dope, and I'm sure Snoop Frog and Lollihops and the community will would love
Yeah.
a theme song from somebody like you and Damnboy.
We would love a theme song. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, we could knock it out of the park.
Yeah.
Make a K-pop banger. I'm kidding. But I'm just saying, like,
Rock pop.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
So here
not-
for it.
We
That's
should
a
have a little
resounding yes. Is what
powwow.
that sounds like.
We should have a powwow and talk.
Yeah, we should.
Vibes.
Definitely, are you on Discord as well?
I
or-
am on Discord.
Okay, so we can add you to.
Oh, we're gonna
chat.
drag you guys into Frogland so quick.
I'm so ready. I told you I saw a frog with lashes, a tie-dye frog.
Yeah.
I have my eye on her.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna get that conversation going, Molly, and we will get an awesome song out of these two.
Collaborative. Yeah, that would be
I'm
awesome.
so excited. I can't wait to hear it.
Yay.
All right, so Damnboy is going to go ahead and play us the track where it is right now that that he and Keetah were working on while we were having all these conversations, and we're going to hear where that's at.
With the first take? Or
Yeah.
the first take? Okay.
I
That
So
was
dope.
really awesome. I want to thank you both so much again for hopping in today. It's been a really great show. Yeah, hopping in. The frog puns never end. But yeah, no, I really appreciate you guys stopping by. It's super cool that you would take the time not only to kind of hang out for a little bit and be
but extend your stay just to be on
It
Sapo
actually
Studios. I
wasn't
know
a
you guys
sinus
did it on
infection.
purpose.
It was fate.
But yeah, no, to not only kind of come in and play some of the music you've already created and be interviewed is awesome, but to collaborate with us live was just absolutely amazing. Really cool to see your process, both of you.
Yeah, and good conversation. Thanks for letting me talk your all's ear off.
Dude, I'm super interested to talk
I
more.
do love to talk Web3.
I want to
so
talk further.
anytime.
And which song should we play out? Because we heard all three of yours. We could replay one, or we can listen to.
Definitely replay one of his, because mine's just going to be no shade today. My
Okay.
K-pop placements.
All right, so let's do the unless you have another song you want to play for us, Damnboy. I say we do the last song that was the exclusive.
That I was like, I want to play again.
Yeah,
yeah, that song is sick. Yeah, if you got another one, airdrop it, and we'll play this out.
This is with me and Noel as well.
Super cool that the audience is getting Damnboy exclusives today. But yeah, no, and thank you to everyone who hopped into Sapo Studios today. We really appreciate you all staying beyond the 12 to 1 slot that we have for this show.
12 to 12
Yeah,
slot.
yeah. It's the last couple of shows we've been running really long, and it's super cool that some of you have stayed for the entire time and hung out with us. So thank you, because you being here is what makes this all possible as well.
You're welcome. It's awesome. This is The Beast. So the song's about true story, going out and getting too drunk and being an ass, and yeah.
It happens, and I know all too well.
Yeah.
You should be aware of what you're looking for. Don't be acting like I don't already know. I know all the things you did, and I'm out for revenge. You said you'll always be here, but you're a ghost. I try to ice the feelings, but I might explode. You don't know who you're dealing with, 'cause I'm out for revenge. Long nights, they haunt me. I try to be what you want, but it won't stop me. Hard nights, wrong streets. When I paint the town red, who's gonna stop me? All night, you haunt me. You turn me into something I don't wanna be. Moonlight, it calls me. I hate to tell you, baby, but you just brought out the beast. I'm tired of who I am, so scared of who I can be. When I drink, I'm not the same. Someone please keep me company. Roaming around the city and blacking out, getting into fights with people I used to call friends. All my anxieties and all my doubts brings my demons out to play. Long nights, they haunt me. I try to be what you want, but it won't stop me. Hard nights, wrong streets. When I paint the town red, who's gonna stop me? All night, you haunt me. You turn me into something I don't wanna be. Moonlight, it calls me. I hate to tell you, baby, but you just brought out the beast. You won't see it coming. I'm coming. There's no rush. that you just brought